My name is Felix and I am your host for today's episode of What About It? So let's dive right into the exciting news topics.
Let's dive right in. Let's dive right in. Right in. Updates. Right in. Let's dive. Right in. Right in. Let's dive. Right in. You rock.
What this heralds really is a new era in spaceflight, a new era in space exploration. We're gonna go to the moon, we're gonna have a base on the moon, we're gonna send people to Mars and make life multiplanetary. And I think this day heralds a new age of space exploration. That's what it's all about.
He's doing so many different things at the same time. It's almost impossible.
In fact, he measures pretty much every major decision by whether or not it brings the day when we have a self-sustainable colony on Mars, sooner or later. Wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
Being willing to fail and then fix and then fly, test, fail, fix. It's what enables SpaceX to rapidly iterate and improve.
Three, two, one.
Three, two, one.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Thanks for flying SpaceX.
This is amazing! Look at it! It's horizontal! It is going down! This is it! Oh my god, this is amazing! There's the bed! Come on! Oh!
Everywhere you go, light follows. Everywhere you go, light follows.
There you go. You have to turn on the microphone before you start the stream. So, good morning, everybody, wherever you are. If you're in the US, you're probably burning the midnight oil right now. If you're in Europe, you're enjoying your morning coffee. And in Australia, you're having an afternoon break, I think. No matter what, thank you very much for joining us for the Crew 6 launch. And I have a special guest tonight. My wife, Stefanie, she normally edits everything you see on the channel. So even the intro you just saw was edited by her. She does everything behind the camera, sponsor work, a lot of Twitter work, and all of the editing. And at the same time, she's the wonderful mother of three children. I don't even know how she does it. I help her as much as I can. So good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for Crew 6, and we're going to jump right into SpaceX's stream because they're already...
Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, and I should let her talk too. I'm not used to this. Give me a second. I'm going to try to bring up the SpaceX stream so that we have their picture. There you go. I'm going to keep them muted for now because... they're just introducing the mission. So what we're going to watch tonight, and we're going to go outside with you guys again. So you're going to see the view from SpaceX and our view from here at our house. What we're watching tonight is Crew 6. We have 4 astronauts going up to the ISS again for Expedition 68. By the way, if I make mistakes tonight, it's because it's 1 in the morning here right now. We have booster 1078 going on its first flight, as you can see in this beautiful picture by SpaceX in the other corner. It's a brand new booster. It's never flown before. We have Crew Dragon Endurance on top, C206, if I remember correctly.
Endeavour.
Endeavour, thank you. We have my wife with us tonight. So there you go. They're getting ready for the launch. The astronauts are already in the capsule, and SpaceX is basically ready. They're fueling the rocket right now, and we're just waiting for the launch to happen. And I hope everything is going to go nice tonight. I think it's launch number 23 for this year, so they're slightly below their 100 launches target. I'm really curious to see if they can actually pull this off, which would be incredible. Let me just check real quick. It is launch number 28 for this year. It's just crazy incredible. What do you have to say, honey?
And it's only the first launch for today, and we'll have 2 more later.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're planning this crazy thing. That's one of the reasons why we're streaming in the middle of the night, is because we want to stream all 3 launches. SpaceX is hopefully, right now it doesn't look too good for the Starlink here from the Cape. That might actually not happen, but if it does, it should be 3 launches within 24 hours, and we're going to stream all of them. Yay!
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of, I haven't streamed much in the last, I don't know, 2 years, I think.
Yeah, something about
So we thought we might make it count. Give me a second. I'm trying to, there you go. That's better. All right. So where are you guys from? Who are you? Let me see in the chat where you're from. I'm always eager to see that. Give me a second. I got to switch to the chat before you. There you go. All right. We have 180 people who are brave enough, even more I think right now. Let me refresh this real quick. 300 people watching in the middle of the night, SpaceX launching their rocket. That is, there you go. Eiffel! We have somebody from my home. Hello, Massachusetts, Austria, Slovakia, Ohio, Netherlands, Seattle, the UK, Austria, Germany. That's what I meant earlier. Philippines, that is epic. Thank you so much for showing up. Canada, San Francisco, Ontario, lots of Americans still. Alaska, very nice. Lots of Americans burning the midnight oil here. That's really cool. Poland, another one from Australia, very nice. See, what time is it in Australia right now? I was wondering earlier. 2 from Australia, very nice.
Denmark as well.
France, 2 from France, very cool. Maui? Are you serious? I've never been to Hawaii. Thailand.
Netherlands.
Mexico, very nice. Schweiz. Grüezi. It is very, very nice to have all of you here. SpaceX is 39 minutes on the clock. We have a beautiful view there of the astronauts already sitting in the capsule. There was some mashup with Crew 6 because Soyuz MS-22, I think, had a micrometeorite impact, and so they had to do all sorts of shenanigans to, first of all, replace the broken MS-22. I think it was MS-22. Please do correct me if it's wrong, but I think it was. I had it on an episode. That got a coolant leak from micrometeorite, so they had to move a seat lining from that capsule to the Crew 5 capsule, I think, and all sorts of stuff had to be changed. And so Crew 6 is kind of part of that, which is a good example for that. You have to we have the crew access arm retract right now. I'm sorry. Wow. This is beautiful. Look at that. And that is 10 miles away from where we are sitting right now, which is still incredible to us. It's South Africa. Yeah, I think it was MS-22. Thank you for confirming. New Zealand. We wanted to... Actually, there's a fun fact there. Because before we had the plan to move to the United States, we wanted to go to New Zealand and move there. But then we started this YouTube channel, which kind of went through the roof.
Later.
Yeah, years later, exactly.
When we met, we were both like, oh, I'd like to go to New Zealand and live there. And you were like, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, so New Zealand is in our hearts.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight. So we see the crew access arm retracting right now, which means that SpaceX is in the final preparations for the launch. The fueling process should be well underway by now. And we have some beautiful... I'm sorry for being quiet here for a second, because I'm always wondering if you can see something from the Starship construction site. But it is so dark right now that you can't really see anything. We should really go take a tour again to take some pictures.
We're going to.
Beautiful. Look at that. And so the plan is to roughly 5 minutes before the launch, we are going to go outside with you guys.
John is there. He's setting up cameras.
John is where?
There. Hi, John.
Good
You're
morning,
awesome.
John. Going out to set up cameras. Have a great broadcast. Yeah, thank you, John. John Winkopp is somebody we work with very closely together. You can follow him on Twitter at John_Winkopp, I think, or John Winkopp. Let me just look that up real quick, because it's actually worth following the guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the very talented launch photographers. Yeah, John_Winkopp with a double P at the end. Follow him on Twitter. He is a super nice guy, and he is one of the launch photographers here at the Cape, as I said, and we're working with him a lot. So if you're a regular watcher of the What About It channel, you might have seen him as a credit, and that's the guy. So he's at the Cape right now. Chief's here too? Where's Chief? Somebody said, hey, Chief. Thank you very much for the super chat. Big thanks for all the amazing videos. You're very, very welcome. Oh, yeah. All the super chats, by the way, that we're collecting right now go directly into our mobile studio setup.
Let me just read what Chief wrote. Hi, team. Don't think I can stay for the whole stream since my boss keeps me so busy down at Starbase.
Yeah. Actually, Do I?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one of the reasons why he makes these amazing pictures for all of us every day. Yeah, Chiefs at Starbase. SpaceX has started their accreditation process for the Starship launch, and we of course applied. And if we get approved by SpaceX, if somebody from SpaceX is watching right now, please put us all the way on top of the list. I mean, Tim's flying anyway, so maybe. So if we get approved, we're definitely going to go down for the launch. If not, I'm likely going to stay here and wait it out with you guys, because I would love to stream the whole thing. I'm just going to go for the second launch then, which is, that's the way it sometimes goes. But if we get approved...
And if somebody's listening from SpaceX, just put our kids in as well, because we want to inspire the next generation too. And they are really good at doing that.
Do you think they can do that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, they can. All right. So if they can, please do so. But in the email that we got from SpaceX, it said that you can set up your cameras on SpaceX property, which is a huge deal, and it's very much appreciated that SpaceX is actually doing this, so that we can actually report about it. It's a thing with most launches that I am extremely grateful. Also with NASA, I was actually accredited for Crew 6. I'm sitting in the studio right now because I wanted to stream the whole thing, because again, we don't have the mobile studio yet, which we're working on right now. As soon as I have that, I'll be able to stream on location, which is going to be great. But until then, these kinds of things are, I've never seen any industry where you can just, that gives so many inside views. For Artemis, for example, we were in the NASA social. We went into the vehicle assembly building. We were able to walk up close to one of the crawler transporters. We met, how many astronauts did we meet? 6, 7. Some of them on Artemis, others on Crew Dragon. It's just incredible to get that much insight. And so that John is at the Air Force base right now. He should be at the not Air Force, Space Force Station. He should be there right now. That's his spot where he always takes his pictures. Yeah, it's just incredible to witness all this close up, and we're in Wonderland still.
And hello to all the wives watching with us. This is just great.
It is. Okay, fuel is loading.
Yes.
In progress. Another 32 minutes to go on the clock.
Can't wait again.
It's beautiful to see the booster. It's the booster's first launch today, and it's Crew Dragon Endeavour's 4th flight, I think. It's been up there quite a bit. Let me check that again. 4th flight, yep.
And if you can make it happen, come down here to watch a launch in person. It's really,
yeah,
I can't describe it. It's so impactful.
I get the question a lot, especially on Twitter, from people saying, is it actually worth it? Yes, it is actually worth it to come down here for a launch, especially for the return to launch site launches. This one's going to land on, just read the instructions. Out on the ocean. But if you've never seen a launch, if you're a launch virgin, come down here for a return to launch site. Those are spectacular to see. It's just incredible to see the rocket leave, and a few minutes later, the booster comes back down from space. It's
sadly the
doesn't
next
get old.
Falcon Heavy will not come back.
Yeah,
at all.
we have 2 friends visiting for the next Falcon Heavy launch.
So looking forward to it.
Nico and Sammy, I don't know if they're here tonight, but they were looking forward to a double booster return, and it is fully expendable. So I think it's the first Falcon Heavy that's fully expendable. I'll still have to research into the launch for an episode, of course, and I'll see what the reason is. In our set or something. What's the customer? Their payload either is really heavy or needs a lot of speed. Yeah. And like I said, I haven't looked into that yet. We're up to 400 people by now. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for waiting with us together for the launch. There are the astronauts waiting for their big day. We have somebody from the United Arab Emirates flying on this Crew Dragon today. That's the first person from the United Arab Emirates to go to space, so that's a big deal for them. We have 2 Americans. The commander and the pilot are from the United States, and the 4th astronaut is from Russia today. What was his name? We have Stephen Bowen, who's the commander of Crew 6. We have Warren Woody Hoburg, who is the pilot of today's mission. That's the two Americans. And then we have mission specialist Sultan Al Neyadi, who is from the United Arab Emirates. And we have Andrei Fedyaev, who is his first trip to space as well, right? So we have 2 who have never been to space. 3 who have never been to space, and the commander has done a few shuttle missions, I think. Yep, STS 126, 132, and 133.
A few.
He's completed
47
47 days in space. That is pretty impressive. So he's the veteran on today's mission, and the other 3 are the rookies. But they've trained a lot for this. Trust me, the astronaut training program is a tough thing to do. So, well, here come the animations that they're going to show throughout the launch. But for the launch, we're going to switch like last time. If you were here last time I streamed for the Falcon Heavy, we're going to switch to a split screen view. So you'll be able to see SpaceX and us while we're standing outside, hopefully tracking the rocket.
Outside, in front of the house.
Right in front of the house. It's still incredible.
It is.
Smooth Juice, thank you so much for the second super chat tonight. The choo-choo train. It's the hype train. It's the hype train. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, Weekend Creative is here.
Dean is here too.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah. He's the guy who gave me the most incredible thing ever. I'm going to show you that when we get back in, when we come inside again after the launch. I'll have the time. I'll show you something that is in the background. You might have noticed it already on episodes. It's this huge Starship tower. That guy built it. It is fully functional. It has a remote and it can actually stack a Starship. I stacked my first Starship when he visited us to bring us this tower that he built on his own. It has a concrete base. It's absolutely stunningly incredible, and you can stack a Starship with it. So the chopsticks move, they can open and close, and you can actually pick up the booster, put it on the launch table, and pick up the Starship and put it on top. I felt like a little child. It's one of the best gifts I ever got in my life. So thank you very much for giving me this toy.
We have to make a playtime stream at one point.
We should. Yeah. Maybe if we don't get accredited for the Starship launch and we don't end up to go to Boca Chica, we might actually do that before the launch. We can just stack a Starship live or something.
Fuel it and then lift off.
Simulate the whole thing before it actually happens.
We have the beautiful Titanic that you built too.
Oh yeah, well, we can sync that and then we can launch a Starship. That's how we're going to do it. A playtime stream. Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Well, I would do that. Absolutely. Okay, we have another. See, the Falcon 9 is coming alive, fueling. So the white vapor that you see, it's probably just rocket geeks tonight anyway. Anyone staying up that late for a Crew Dragon launch, if you do not know what was just happening there, the white vapor is because the propellant that they fuel the rocket with is very, very cold, minus 190 to minus 170 degrees Celsius, that is, I think. And so that creates the white vapor that you see on the rocket. So everything's nominal. That is a absolutely normal process. And if you want to look at the preview, you have to turn it to... Oh, yeah. Go for playtime. Yeah, okay. So we've got an idea for the Starship launch. So nice to see Sabolz is here too. Thank you very much for joining us. We even have a few moderators who actually got up early because I think all of them are from Europe. Yeah, Justini, Marco, and Sabolz are all from Europe. Ove is there. Hey, Ove. Good morning. You lucky guys over there in Europe. It's like, I have a coffee here and it doesn't do much. I was thinking about drinking a Red Bull, but that wouldn't do much either, I think. Max is here. Very nice. Thank you so much for joining us tonight to wait for SpaceX to launch the 9th crewed mission. I think this is today in total. It's an incredible success story that SpaceX has done in the past few years. It's stunning. Yep, and I know where the NASA guys sitting there right now. We saw them sit there when we were at the press site for Artemis. We know exactly where that desk is, and what kind of atmosphere it is to sit there in the middle of the night, because that's exactly what we did for Artemis 3 times in a row. Yeah, it's beautiful. 24 minutes to go.
Yeah. Wow.
Fantastic. It's a fantastic show SpaceX is putting up there every time. It's beautiful to watch.
It is so beautiful.
If you're wondering why we're staring that direction, is because we have 2 monitors set up here. One wide monitor and then the small one here on the side, and that's where I normally that's the monitor you see. I can actually move my mouse into here. It's a very easy setup because you can change things on the flow. So I never changed that concept from the first stream on. That's the way I did it, and it works. So that's why we're staring to the side. And we have the camera ready to go outside. This time I'm using a gimbal. I'm not using the Z-Cam yet because I couldn't finish the setup. There's a wireless video transmitter that I still have to set up and all that kind of stuff. But I'm using a gimbal this time, and it's gimbaling just fine, as you can see. I'm going to use that to have a stable rocket tracking this time, because last time it was shaking a lot. Let's just call it that. Yeah. So we're going. Yeah, there's the gimbal. Exactly.
We're improving.
We're improving. It's actually just my phone with a gimbal, but it's going to do the trick to give you that experience that you actually get when you come here for a launch. Because when you watch SpaceX's streams, you'll see their tracking camera, you'll see their onboard cameras, but that's normally not what you see from down below when you watch a rocket launch. And that's the whole idea behind stepping out the door and showing you what it looks like when you're standing there watching the launch, because that's what SpaceX doesn't show normally. So we're going to do the split screen view, same as last time, and show you both perspectives.
Yeah.
You'll be on your roof in Palm Coast. Very nice. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty close as well. How much is that? 30 miles, 40 miles, something like that. That's definitely close enough to watch a launch.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Here we have the astronauts again. As I said earlier, this is the crew commander. He did 3 shuttle missions, 47 days in total in space, which is pretty impressive. So he is the veteran on the crew today. And then we have the pilot and the 2 mission specialists, who are complete rookies, who've never been to space before. And I can't imagine what it must feel like to sit on top of that Falcon 9 right now, which is being fueled inside a Crew Dragon capsule, going to space for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so jealous of Tim. I'm so. I mean, I wish him all the best, and I'm super happy for him, and I'm actually very impressed that Maezawa. Yeah, go Tim. Exactly. That Maezawa actually picked a YouTuber. That's incredible. And I've talked to many other space YouTubers about this, to Marcus House, to TJ Cooney, to all sorts of people, and they all say the same thing. It's just amazing to see a fellow space YouTuber actually fly to space at some point on a Starship. That is
great.
Wow. What times we're living in. This is just incredible that you can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait until I'm sitting in a Starship together with you, of course. I mean,
yeah.
It's going to be incredible. In 50 years or so.
What?
I don't know when it's going to happen, but as soon as it's available, I'm going to try to scrape every dollar together that I have and get us those 2 tickets.
Yeah, we have to build a house on the moon.
Yeah. You want to go to Mars, though, don't you?
Yeah, but then we're closer.
Yeah. It depends, right? It's kind of moving around the sun, so yeah. Well, Mars is far away, though. We're definitely going to see astronauts on Mars at some point in the future, but I doubt that we're just average civilians in our lifetime. Do you think that's going to happen?
In my lifetime, I think it has to happen. You have to think about whom you're going to call an astronaut and what kind of people you need on Mars to build up.
Of course, that's true.
Civilization there.
Yep. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think, a question to the chat, do you think that in our lifetime, so let's say within the next 50 years, for those who are younger here on the stream right now, that actually civilians, average people, will be able to go to Mars? Just not people who are involved in building the colony. So anyone who just wants to go to Mars. What do you think? Yes-ish. Some fool will go to Mars. Well, yeah, there's always somebody. Yeah, no. See, he's on my side. But plenty of people are on your side.
And it's not about sides.
You need the money, that's true.
Yeah.
10 years. For average people, 10 years.
Well, you think, I always say NASA, all the things that they train with VR goggles and everything like that, they should do that open source so that everybody can play it, and then they have a huge pool of people they could choose from, and teenagers and kids that start playing these games, and they could look at all the ranks and then pick the best people when you need thousands of astronauts to go to Mars.
I think the military is already doing that with shooter games. I've seen documentaries where where actual soldiers train in shooter games. Because it works. It trains your reaction. It trains your tactical awareness and all sorts of stuff. So it doesn't train the actual action in the field, but it trains a lot of other things. I agree. They should make these test programs, the VR test programs that they're using to train astronauts. Maybe change a few things so that you can't spy with it or something. But make it public. Make people train on their own. I'm pretty sure plenty of people will try it out.
Yeah, race drivers as well.
Yep. So there's, I'd say after taking the census on the chat, there's more people who say that within our lifetime, we'll actually see the average Joe with a little bit of money in his pocket, of course, because it's not going to be cheap, go to Mars. Well, I like your confidence. I hope it's going to happen. That's for sure.
At least that's what we wish for.
Well, yeah, I do think that we're going to see humans land on Mars within the next 20 years, maybe even quicker, maybe 2030 is really optimistic. 2035 sounds a little more realistic to me, just because there is so much stuff involved that SpaceX, they can't do it alone. And before the others don't really start, which they kind of are starting, but slowly. Right now they're focused on the moon, which Crew 6 actually is a part of. Crew 6 has a few experiments, Expedition 68. So the launch is called Crew 6, and the astronauts are Expedition 68 for the ISS. And they actually have a few experiments that are focused on staying in space, living on the moon, and all these kinds of things. So they're working towards at least the moon. Look at this beautiful view.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful. Yep, they're getting ready. 16 minutes to go. So they're working on all these kinds of things, but there is a lot of stuff left. 2 weeks, exactly. A lot of money. Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff. So I'm very curious. I wish I could look into the future to see if we can actually make it, how it's going to play out, and so on and so forth. I can't wait for it to happen. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Total Recall. Yep. I'd love to be the first robotic excavator operator to travel to Mars. What was it? Wasn't it even with Sabotage? I don't know who I did this joke with, that we are going to clean the windows on the Starship. I want to be a window cleaner on the Starship. If it actually has this cupola-style panoramic window in the front, I'm going to be the window cleaner, you know? Somebody needs to keep it clean, because people will poke their noses against it.
Of course.
Because they want to see. So I'm going to clean it all the time. Don't worry.
And I'll watch you, that you do a good job.
Absolutely.
So I found my job too.
There you go. Got that sorted, as you can see.
I'm from Dallas.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Pilot Pete.
Space.
Domain admin. There you go. I thought it was his first name. Yeah, it's late. We have another 15 minutes to go for Crew 6. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you do not know what's happening there, I've said it a few times already. We're watching Expedition 68 or Crew 6 as it's called when it's still flying towards the ISS. Launch tonight. We have booster 1078 on its first flight, so it's a brand new one. We have Crew Dragon Endeavour C206 embarking on its fourth flight. We have 4 astronauts on board, 2 Americans, and 1 Russian and 1 astronaut from the United Arab Emirates. That's the first time they're actually launching somebody into space, so it's a really big deal for them. I know from the accreditation process that NASA had with the Crew 6 launch that United Arab Emirates actually had a special press conference for reporters who wanted to join in to ask questions to him. Because, yeah, it's a big deal. He's never been to space, and it's the first launch for somebody from that country. That's always a big deal. So congratulations to United Arab Emirates for getting their first astronaut to space. You want to say something? I'm used to talking alone. You gotta get used to this.
I'm used to listening to you and watching the chat and what's going on. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
I hope I'll keep you all entertained. Yeah, let's see 500 likes. Exactly. We have 305 people watching and only 275 likes. So we really, at least we should have 305 likes right now because we have 305 people watching. So
I just liked the video.
You did. Yes. And it says 101.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Let me refresh this. Maybe I'm saying stupid stuff.
I think I was.
Yeah, we're 557 people watching. Good evening, everybody. It's amazing that you all stayed up for this, or that you woke up so early if you're in Europe, because it is a tough launch window tonight. Yeah. Definitely is. And we have 365 likes, so that needs to go up a little bit at least. Thank you. It's very important for us content creators. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, maybe become a patron or a channel member. Buy yourself some absolutely amazing What About It merch. I can't see myself right now, but I think you can see the shirt.
Thank you to Sabrina for buying this awesome Y-wear. You rock.
Who?
Sabrina.
Hey
Paul's
Felix,
wife.
Can you please shout out to my beautiful wife Sabrina, who is watching and just bought me a new batch of awesome Y-wear. Hello Sabrina, good evening. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for giving your husband some beautiful Y-wear. It's much appreciated and he's going to love it. So thank you very much. There you go. Was that a good shout out?
That was really good.
Thank you. 12 minutes to go to Crew 6, and I can't wait for the thing to launch. 12 minutes to go.
Already looking forward to go.
Upper stage fueling has begun. As you can see, I'm probably way behind on the schedule that SpaceX is doing there, but you can see the white vapor on the upper stage. Everything above that black ring is the upper stage that is used for the last bit of push that the rocket needs to get into orbit. And after that, we're going to hopefully have a nice Crew Dragon separation, and then it's on its way to the ISS, which is, I love the view when they show the camera perspective from the second stage facing forward, and you can see the Crew Dragon drift away into space. It's incredible what times we're living in. From our home in Cape Canaveral, going outside now to watch live. Have fun. We're going outside soon as well.
Yes.
Another 11 minutes to go. NASA's Clark Kent. I totally agree. Every time I see him. It's awesome. Even the glasses are matching. It's just incredible.
We're around 10 kilometers away.
10 miles away.
10 miles
so
away.
So that's 15 kilometers, roughly. I'm still doing terrible with imperial units, but I'm getting used to it, and everything is set to imperial in our house so that we can communicate with our fellow Americans. Ground conditions at the moment, perfect. The ground conditions are perfect. It is warm, it is a bit humid, but the sky is clear. We had a beautiful moon up a few minutes ago when we went outside. The condition is beautiful. As you can see with the vapor that you can see on the rocket right now, it is the air isn't moving. It's basically standing still. So that's perfect condition. Upper wind should be good. I checked earlier, it's 95% go for a launch. So that there should, if there's this random cumulus cloud drifting over the rocket or something, but that's basically it. We're go for a launch. If there is no technical problem with the rocket or internal stuff with SpaceX, we're definitely going to see a launch tonight, which is great. Newcastle, England, shout out to you. Thank you very much for joining. Much appreciated. It's always incredible to me to see that there's the team space spans the globe, and that's great to see. Thank you very much for joining us. 7:30 in Spain. You lucky people, you had your sleep. It's 1:35 in the morning here. 9 minutes to go. I'm going to set up a few things here so that you can actually hear us when we're going outside.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you can keep them entertained while I am fondling around. You don't need to help me. I've done this a few times.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a good job. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and you need to practice for the other 2 live streams we're going to do. For everybody who has just joined, we have this crazy idea that SpaceX is launching, or hopefully launching, 3 rockets within the next 20, or actually shorter.
Let me tell them.
Oh yeah,
and you can
go ahead.
So SpaceX has 3 launches planned. The first one will be in around 8 minutes, Crew 6. And then we have 2 more Starlink launches that we want to cover and live stream. So 3 times the charm.
3 times the charm.
And you're all invited to join us.
You're all invited to join us, exactly. I hope you're all going to watch 3 launches today, which is a rare thing. It happened once before, I think. But we have to get used to this more and more, because SpaceX is doing an incredible job launching three rockets from 3 pads in one day.
Wow.
It's just insanely impressive, in my opinion. I don't think there's any other launch provider who has ever done this in history.
And we have a road closure scheduled in Boca Chica as well for today.
Yeah, probably spin prime tests and stuff like that. So I wouldn't expect much
Busy.
there. They're in the final process of preparing for a Starship launch, which isn't an easy task. That's for sure. All right. So this thing needs to go into here.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to turn this off. So you should still be able to hear us. Yep, you're able to hear us. And this stuff, when it's turned on, is going to give us the mobile microphone that we need to go outside with you guys. We have another 7 minutes to go. We're on time here. This should work. All right, this is live. All right, perfect. All right, now, thank you very much for the super chat again. Pilot Pete is Pete from NASA
Pete!
Social. Oh,
Hey!
Thank you so much. That is amazing. Thanks for joining us tonight. That NASA Social was just incredible.
It was.
It was just incredible. I'll never forget the time we had with these people 3 times waiting for SLS to launch. It was the whole atmosphere, the dynamic in the group. It was just incredible. It was one of the best times of my rocket watching life so far.
Definitely.
Back with coffee.
Okay.
I got coffee.
Empty, but it's almost launch time.
Middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, USA. I've never been to Oklahoma. That's a blank spot on my map. Still have to go there. Yeah, thank you very much for the super chat. That is much appreciated. All the 2 super chats that we're collecting right now go directly into our mobile studio setup. It is going to be epic, but it costs a lot of money, so we're saving up for that so that we can finally do something similar to what Tim does, because he has a lot of equipment on wheels, and that is very useful.
And you're gonna hear more about it in some time?
Not too far in the future. Yeah, we're working on it. So there's a plan, and every super chat helps us towards that plan. So thank you very, very much.
All right, you think it's time to get up?
Ray Dodge tornadoes. We have another 5 minutes to go. We could go outside now. Yeah. Let me set this so that you can actually see something. Okay. So this is my super cool gimbal that I can turn on, and then it should do stuff. There you go. It's turned on.
Yeah, thank you, Shuttles. We will have the sound of the launch 50 seconds after liftoff.
There we go. Okay, so let's switch the scene here real quick. Nope, that was the wrong button. I need to go here. All right, I need to go to this scene, and then if I switch it over, you're going to see us like this, and then a little bit of streaming magic. I can push this button, and then you'll see my very, very messy disk. No, you don't. Wait. Now you do. Very messy disk. All right, I'm going to turn this off real quick again. I think we're going to go outside now, right?
Yeah.
So
you can go outside, and I can click the magic button.
Magic button?
So that we can see the phone camera.
Oh yeah, but then you have to also you have to turn this gain off and this gain on so that they can actually hear us on the lavalier mic. Can you do that?
You can do that now, and then you can keep talking while
I will. Okay, you should be able to hear me again.
Yes.
There you go. All right, so now I'm going to go outside.
Outside.
And you got to push this button there, that thingy there. Yeah. All right, I'm going outside. See you soon, everybody. I mean, you're going to stay with me while I'm walking. You can actually already push the button. Yeah, you can push the button. I think you can push the button. Okay, so we're heading outside right now. And I really, really hope that this is going to work again. There you go. It's our beautiful garage, which is always, it's my workspace. So there's always stuff that I'm doing in here. So it's always kind of a little bit of a mess. There's the car. And there's our two visitors who are already waiting for the launch. So we always have visitors here. And that's about the direction from where you're going to see the launch. So about from there, I'd say. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me, because my wife is not outside yet. I'm still waiting for her. She's probably going to come over. And then in a few minutes, do you have a live stream running?
No.
Okay. Steffi should have the live stream up. It should be another 3 minutes left or so. And then you're going to get this. There's a plane that I can see. Give me a second. I think I can. No. I think there was a way to. Oh yeah, there you go. That was the button. Exactly. Because I don't know if you can see it on the. No, you probably can't. I think that should be range safety or something. There is a blinking light in the sky, but you can't see it on this camera. I really need to get the Z-cam set up. That's what I wanted to say. Give you a little bit of view here. That's me. Hey guys. If I turn around, you can see Steffi. No, you can't. There's Steffi. Hi, Schatz.
Hello.
I'm going to turn back. There we go. Okay, so this is actually a much more stable view, as you can see, compared to last time when it was wobbling around like crazy. And the blinking light is still in the sky. That should definitely be range safety, something like that. Coast Guard. It's almost standing still in the sky. Yeah, you can't see it on this view, but it is there. How much time's left?
There's no counter. Let me just check.
It's a scrub. I just heard it's a scrub. Why? What's the problem? All right, we don't have to stay out here if it's a scrub. Let me just head back inside then. What's the reason?
I don't know.
Man. Okay. Coming back inside and we'll find out together what's the reason why SpaceX didn't launch this thing. Okay, so very messy studio. Don't pay attention to this. There we go. All right, let's see. We have a scrub. Why do we have a scrub? Okay, the IV cam is off again. There you go. All right, let me switch the microphone real quick. There you go. And I have to switch the Microphone back. All right, so we're back in the studio. Microphone's clipping. Give me a second. Now it shouldn't be clipping anymore. Test, test. All right, so what's the reason? Did SpaceX tweet anything? What's the problem? No 3 launches. Man.
Aw.
Yeah, and it was an instantaneous launch window, meaning that if there was a problem, ground systems issue.
But it was fun to stay up all night, being hyped for a
Well, we're going to do
launch.
it again. The next launch
Yes.
window is tomorrow, I think. What's the backup launch window? I haven't even researched that yet.
So we gotta do the 24-hour live stream finally.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, what's the backup launch window for this one?
Check.
We're definitely going to stream this again. Yeah, SpaceX hasn't even tweeted anything yet about this. NASA didn't mention a backup window. When's the backup? Did anybody
I don't see
write that in
backup yet.
in the chat already? What does anybody know when the backup window is? Next launch tomorrow at 1 a.m. Yep. Yeah, I thought I read something like that. Okay, awesome. The astronauts are going to get out of the capsule again. The rocket is going to be detanked, and that's it for today. That's frustrating.
That's why we yesterday.
Yeah, and this is why you stood up so early. It happens. That's the launch industry. You can always have a scrub, and that's what happens.
Launch waiting.
Launch waiting, exactly. That's the thing. You know, see, sad Elon. There you go.
Aw.
That's what happens. Don't worry about it. The next launch window is tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. I'm definitely going to be streaming again.
Yes.
Very likely with this woman here.
Yes.
We're going to try to stream the other 2 launches, but I've already read that there was that the weather would be turning bad. I think at Vandenberg it wasn't too likely that the launch would actually happen. So we'll have to see about that. But there should at least be 1 launch tomorrow.
Give us a launch, come on.
This is a really, really nice picture here.
It's a nice picture.
Let me show you this real quick. I'm going to and that's one of the reasons why I'm using this setup, because I can do this stuff. Ta-da! And show you something on SpaceX's Twitter, which is an epic picture in my opinion. Let me see if you can actually see this now, but you should be able to. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. These are the elevator buttons at the launch support structure. So the large tower, the black tower that is not Macazilla, the crew launch tower at 39A. And these are the elevator buttons. SpaceX tweeted this picture, and I just love it. On the first button is Earth, and then you have different levels. Those are actually feet on the tower, and then you have space all the way on top, and I just love this. And the astronauts clicked the space button tonight, which is just, imagine doing that for especially when it's your first trip to space. You push this button and you know you're going up to your spacecraft. So that's what happened, and then it didn't happen. So we'll have to wait and see. The backup window is 1 a.m. in the morning.
More of them can push the space button.
More of them they can push it again. Yeah, maybe they'll rotate pushing the button or something. I certainly hope that the launch is going to happen tomorrow night, which would be really, really cool. Okay. We'll have to wait and see, but if the problem is solvable, they'll solve it until tomorrow night, and then they're going to launch tomorrow. So yeah, that's basically it. That's all that's going to happen tonight. That was a scrub. Give me a second. I'm going to go move back to the chat here for a moment, if I can.
Thank you all for joining us here. The first joint live stream that we do.
Yeah, it's the first one. We should have done this much earlier. There you go.
I'll do it again.
All right.
Hey, Miko.
They lost a Mars satellite with English to metric. Yeah, I know. I know they did.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still not comfortable with imperial units. I have to say that. I don't find much sense in it as a European with the metric system. It is so completely different. I pushed you to the side
Oh,
here.
yeah.
With the metric system, it is a whole different deal. It is much easier to calculate in it, but I'm trying my best. I love the yard because the yard is almost a meter, so I know what a yard is roughly. It's like I think it's 96 centimeters or so. So just shy.
Don't look at me.
Just shy of a meter, and so I always tell people distances in yards. I don't like feet at all. I know I'm exactly 6 feet tall, which is great. 183 centimeters. I when we moved here, I actually Googled what my size is in feet so that I could tell. And it is exactly 6 feet. It's like spot on 6 feet. There you go. So I am 6 feet. That's sometimes I even in my head I put myself on top of myself to know how many feet it is. It's ridiculous. But we're going to get there. Give us a few more years and we'll be more firm with the Imperial system. Change the buttons on the elevator. Why? Why would you want to change the buttons on the elevator?
You want to go to space.
You want to go to space?
click space.
So you have the space button. How long's my foot? My foot definitely isn't a foot long, I think.
I've no
Which is
idea.
the next funny thing. It's called feet and then it's not a foot.
How many centimeters is a foot?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really good with it yet. I love the yard. Yards are great.
Yes.
And there's what was that recently? I saw a news article where somebody said something with, I don't know. I don't remember. It's this funny thing in the U.S. that people in the United States love to measure things with other things they know how big they are, like football fields, for example. It's something uncommon in Europe. We don't really say it's like 5 football fields long or something. But you love doing that here in the U.S. And there was this ridiculous news article where somebody measured like 5.5 elephants or something.
Yes.
It was it was really, really cool. It's a British thing? How much beer in a yard? What?
Well, I thought we measure in bananas for scale.
Equals 1 inch to 6 decimal places. 2.54 centimeters. Why? Yeah, the size of whales, exactly. Yeah, that's we're going to get used to it. But metric is much easier. I had an argument. We're completely off tracking here. I hope you don't have a problem with that. I had an argument with my sister. She lived in the United States for 45 years. And she was born in the U.S. So I have half of my family is U.S. anyways. And I had this argument with her, which system would be better, metric or imperial. And she is a very patriotic American, which is great. So she fiercely tried to defend the imperial system, and I just asked her, okay, so then from the top of your head, tell me how many inches are in 15 miles. And she was like, I can't tell you that. And I was like, see, that's the reason why the metric system is better. So the mission is cancelled. Yes, JJM Darwin, the mission is scrubbed because they had problems with ground equipment. There is another instantaneous launch because it's an instantaneous launch window, meaning they have to launch on the second. If it doesn't happen at that point, they can't launch anymore because the ISS has moved further, the Earth has rotated, and that's it. So the next instantaneous launch window is going to be tomorrow night at roughly the same time. I think it's 1 a.m. in the morning. So we're going to be streaming again. You haven't missed anything. Just tune in again tomorrow, and we'll be there for you.
Yes.
And hopefully with a launch. Maybe put scrub in title. Yes, I will do that once well, yeah, I could do that right now. Give me a second. That's actually a good idea. Thank you. Go to edit. And I'll add scrub in the beginning.
And maybe if they don't launch tomorrow again.
All right, this is updated. Thank you.
We can play with the tower.
Yep, exactly. Maybe we can, yeah. Okay. All right, I think, Felix, please show us your Starship and Mechazilla toy. Please, please. All right, I will. Give me a second. I have to
you said
switch the scene again. Give me, this is going to be a little bigger switch here. IV cam, and I have to set this to transform, fit the screen. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Give me a second. I'll help you there.
Huh?
Whee! Okay.
We have to.
I'm going to switch the scene, and then you're going to see a really messy studio. Please do not pay attention to this studio. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, the battery is empty,
Oh,
but
no,
that is
but
not a
you don't
problem.
need
I
the
can just
gimbal
I
in
can
here,
just do
yeah.
this.
Manually.
So very very shaky camera here for a
Hello.
second. One moment. There you go. I just took it out of the gimbal. All right. I'm going to be a little quieter because the microphone is going to be far away from me. But just watch and be amazed.
I think you still
So-
have your microphone on, so that's.
Oh,
good.
I still have the microphone. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to switch this over to the microphone. I'm showing you a foot. There you go. Okay, so now I have the lavalier mic again. So this is a really messy workspace here. Do not pay too much attention. So this is the most incredible thing ever. This is of 1 to 100, I think. Starship Mechazilla plus Starship with everything to it. Even the launch table has a clockwork installed in it. If you turn this little key here, if you turn that little thing here with a key, the support arms flip out, so they are movable, as you can see here. They see this, how they move. So this whole thing is incredible. It goes all the way up. There you go. That's it. Why are you laughing?
Because Nico asked how many feet high is it?
Yeah, how many football fields tall? Exactly. So the chopsticks move, everything moves, and it has a remote which is down here. Give me a second. I'll show you this thing. It's actually just RC car remote, but it controls the whole thing, and you can actually stack a Starship with it. This is incredible, and I'm going to try to show you this live. Maybe even on a stream tomorrow. Yeah. Maybe. I don't want to promise anything, but maybe. And the other crazy thing is Charles Lesher. I did a tweet about him. If you do not follow me on Twitter yet, do so, because this thing is incredible. It's a Falcon Heavy, and it's got amazing detail to it. Give me a second. I'm gonna. Kansu, can you hold the?
Absolutely.
All right, look at this. You can open up the fairing. I'm going to be very careful here. And you have a roadster inside that you can actually take out. It's a Matchbox roadster. The thing is sitting on a wooden stand there. Give me this again. It's sitting on a wooden stand down here. This is actually wood, where it says Falcon Heavy. The base is wood, and it has LED lighting under the engines, as you can see. 3 LED lights under the engines, and it has these 2 spots that you can actually move. This is just incredible. And it has the whole strong back, everything to it. The whole thing is amazing. He's selling these. They're not cheap, but they're worth every penny, because there's a lot of work involved in making this kind of stuff. So kudos to you, Charles. This is amazing. I have a ton more stuff here. These are patches from Chris Schiffersoft. He's in the chat right now, if he's still there. 2 are actually below right now because they couldn't fit on that small table anymore. These are 3D printed patches from SpaceX and from Crew Dragon missions, and they are incredible. As you can see, it's just the amount of genius and time and everything that goes into this stuff is just mind-blowing to me, and I'm super happy that I have this little collection of Chris's. I don't want to drop this. I'm going to just set it down here. That's the kind of stuff you don't see on episodes. It's a little messy in there, and all the stuff in the glass cabinet here on the side was sent to me by fans as well. It's just incredible how cool Team Space actually is. I even have from a little, like, it's just, I love this. Okay, Space Geek out, end of story. I'm coming back. It's just incredible. Thank you so much, Team Space, for being the coolest community in the world. That's all I'm going to say to that. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the camera here for a moment. There you go. And back. Hi. Okay, so that was a little tour of the crazy things in the studio. Let's get the microphone down here real quick, but I can actually stay on the lavalier mic for now. That doesn't really matter. Okay, thank you very much for enjoying the evening with us. As always, it's a pleasure. We're going to stream again tomorrow, of course, because we really want to see this rocket launch. And just because it's a scrub doesn't mean we're not going to stream, because that's just the way it is with rocket launches. Oh yeah, I should. Give me a second. It's another thing that I should really show. It's from a painter who is in the chat right now. Is he? Look at this kind of stuff. Let me look at my preview here. Yeah, look at this. These are things that are hanging off camera because there literally isn't enough space in the studio to show everything. But it's from Anu. I really hope I didn't butcher the name too much. This is, as you can see, a Starship on launch day, and
still a dream.
Yeah, well, soon it's going to be reality. It's just very, very, very impressive what the space community, what kind of creative people are in the space community. I've never witnessed this in any other community I've been a part of before.
We love all of you so much.
Yes.
And we love what you're doing.
You guys are the main reason why we're doing it. Really, I just said this today to somebody, to Charles, I think, actually, who did the Falcon Heavy model. We're not doing this for the money. We're doing this because the space community is an amazing group of people, and to be able to inspire so many to get them involved in being interested in space.
Another awesome thing are the earrings I'm wearing. They're from launch pins.
Yeah, it goes on like this. It's crazy.
Little...
Crew Dragons. If you get it a little bit further away. Yeah, well, you have to. The hand was actually the right thing to do, because then it focuses, and now you have to move towards the hand. There you go. Those are little
Crew Dragons.
Little Crew Dragons as earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love space memorabilia.
So much.
So there you go. Okay, it's even 2022. There you go. All right. So I think I'm going to cut the stream now. Thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. Be there with us tomorrow. We'd love to have you again. It's just incredible to do this every time, and I really, really do hope that we're going to actually stream 3 launches in the next, in the next 30 hours or so. Stay tuned. I'm going to list the other 2 streams probably in the morning here in the US, so in 6 hours or so. Oh, no. And then we're going to hopefully stream 3 launches in one day. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us tonight, and for staying strong with us, even though SpaceX didn't launch. As you can see, the astronauts are still in the capsule. Give me a second, I'm going to switch the scene here one last time. So they have to wait as well. They aren't out of the capsule yet because they have to detank first to safely get them out. So they won't find sleep for a long time now. Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next stream tomorrow night. Actually, no, tomorrow around noon. When's Starlink launching?
In 11 hours?
11 hours. All right, so we can at least sleep a little bit, and then we're going to stream again.
Yes.
Join us again. Thank you very much for coming in tonight, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
That didn't work. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
What about it? Go for launch.
We're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
Ignition sequence start.
What this heralds really is a new era in spaceflight, a new era in space exploration. We're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna have a base on the moon. We're gonna send people to Mars and make life multiplanetary. And I think this day heralds a new age of space exploration. That's what it's all about.
He's doing so many different things at the same time. It's almost impossible.
In fact, he measures pretty much every major decision by whether or not it brings the day when we have a self-sustainable colony on Mars sooner or later. Wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
Being willing to fail and then fix and then fly, test, fail, fix. It's what enables SpaceX to rapidly iterate and improve.
Three, two, one.
Three, two, one.
Dragon, SpaceX, trajectory nominal.
Thanks for flying SpaceX.
This is amazing! Look at it! It's horizontal. It is going down. This is it! Oh my god, this is amazing. There's the pad! Come on! Oh!
My name is Felix and I am your host for today's episode of What About It? So let's dive right into the exciting news topics.
Let's dive right in. Let's dive right in. Right in. Starship updates. Right in. Let's dive. Right in. Right in. Let's dive. You rock.